Hi, my name is Hollis Roberts, and I'm a program manager with Magic. And I had the pleasure of seeing Ella's final presentation a moment ago, and we are here now to interview Ella and her mentor, Julie. So Ella, will you start by telling us a little bit about your project?
Hi, I'm Ella Abrams, and I'm a junior at Sacred Heart Preparatory in Atherton, California. I worked with Julie during the spring of the MAGIC program, and I researched why early detection matters relating to urea cycle disorders and newborn screening in the United States of America.
And what drew you to research and study this particular area of STEM?
Absolutely. So I did an in-person internship last summer where I got to explore galectin-9 and how that related to cancer and immunodeficiency and all of that. It was really interesting, but I was definitely lacking in the online research portion, which is what drew me to Magic altogether. And then I got a recommendation to research urea cycle disorders and kind of just basic level understand what they are. But then when I got paired with Julie, she brought me even deeper into it, talking about the different ethical components, the biological components, and that's when I realized that this was something that I could be curious about and all the ways that sparked my interest. So as I mentioned, biologically, ethically, there's also a little bit of a technological component. And then of course, I just love kids too. So I think babies are adorable and it was super fun to research them and figure out their public health, not only the public health of adults.
Your passion and your deep knowledge of the subject came through during your final presentation for sure.
Thank you.
My next question is for Julie. Julie, what impressed you most about working with Ella?
Oh, there are a lot of things that impressed me about working with Ella. I think one of the things that initially really impressed me is her just depth of curiosity. And as questions would come up and she would be narrowing in on different topics, she just had so many good questions that she would formulate. And then she just was so motivated and took so much initiative to figure out how to answer those questions. So whether it was online research and finding journal articles, whether they were above her head or not, she would dive in. And then researching with people in the community, reaching out to local physicians, local folks in public health, her AP Bio teacher, she was talking to quite a bit, just taking that initiative to learn.
Mm. And Ella, what was it like working with a mentor during this process, specifically Julie, and the benefits you found of partnering with someone as you researched?
Absolutely. I think that I'm very grateful that, first of all, that I got Julie as my mentor specifically. She's been so great. She kind of boosted my confidence a lot in researching all of this. When I felt that I wasn't just getting a hang of it or that I was having so much trouble, she'd be like, "You're doing great, Ella. You know what you're doing. You know you're doing a great job, and you're really getting it down." She really always just reminded me that I am only a junior and that there's only so much I can know, which that was a big thing because if it was up to me, I would have probably gone down huge rabbit holes that were just not necessary and drew me away from the focus of the project. So she always kept me on track. That was like the amazing thing that she contributed like the most frequently because I was always getting off track. So she really helped with that. And then I think a lot of times I did have questions that I just couldn't find the answer to, or that I couldn't comprehend because, like she said, the peer-reviewed journal articles were so difficult and specific and using so much terminology that I never heard before in my entire life. So she would always like be more than willing to read these articles with me on our Zoom calls and go through them, research the parts that I was curious about, and then again just say, "Ella, that's not really necessary for you to know right now," and help me move on.
Oh, that's always so helpful. And if someone was looking to join Magic as a mentee, what would you tell them about this process, any challenges they may have, and anything that you found to be positive?
Absolutely. I would say 100% do it. It is one of the most amazing experiences I've had ever. I did have a lot of trouble doing it my junior year, second semester of high school, because that is just a really chaotic time in like a young person's life. But I think the fact that Magic is so flexible and just so all the mentors like Julie is so they're so supportive. Everyone's just really looking out for you. And it's so doable to do even with like this really difficult time in my life. So I will say that what you don't need to worry about is really like time management and like being able to get it all done, because magic makes it happen. Like your mentors will make it happen. They'll support you, and before you know it, you'll be done with your project and presenting it May 19th, and you won't even know where all that time went. So I think regardless of who you are as a mentee, as a person, you're going to grow from this experience, and you're going to just produce a final presentation that you're proud of. And I think a challenge could be only meeting once a week, or just having a virtual relationship with a mentor, because I never experienced that before. But again, the mentors make it easy. They make it act like they're right there in your room with you the entire time. So Julia was amazing.
No, that's wonderful. And Julie, I'll ask the same question to you. If someone was interested in mentoring in the future, what would you share?
I would say it's just been a fantastic experience. And I think I would echo what Ella said. Some of that is very specifically because Ella is just an amazing student and we had a great time working together. And yeah, I would just say it was positive in both directions. I learned a lot from Ella. I learned a lot from the process, and it was a very fulfilling experience for me as a mentor.
Oh, wonderful. Final question is for Ella tonight. So you were clearly very passionate about this subject. You gave some nods to some things you'd like to do in the future around this topic. So what's next for you? What can we expect you to do next, and to be able to share with our magic community?
Absolutely. Well, Julia, in one of our last meetings, said that I might be able to come back or like keep working with her and like the magic team and develop a academic paper or a research paper about everything I've done, kind of addressing the multitude of issues, the technological, ethical, and clinical, sorry, my screen froze, challenges in urea cycle disorder implementation and screening, and turn it into just a full functioning paper where it can be full comprehensive of everything that needs to happen, kind of a call to action maybe for policymakers. And then my AP Bio teacher, when I was reviewing it with her, she recommended at my school we do something called a SHIZ, which is a Senior Honors Independent Study, which is a semester-long project similar to this, but instead of kind of like a slideshow or a presentation or a paper, I would formulate it into an academic poster. And pretty much that would just be going more into the biological side. So I'm working with magic on kind of all of the different components to this amazing, incredible, and really important topic. I would be going pretty much only into the biological side with my AP Bio teacher next year.
So fabulous. Well, thank you both again for your time. Ella, it is very clear you made the most of your mentorship. And Julie, we really appreciate you volunteering your time to support this wonderful mentee. Thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you, Hollis, for all the support through the process too.
Of course.
And great job, Ella.
Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Hollis. You all have both been amazing.